Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to join you this afternoon. Before Melissa begins, or Ms. Belcher begins her conversation with you, because that's what it is, I feel that I'm very blessed today to be here to tell you a little bit about Mrs. Belcher, because she was you. And I think that's what you need to understand. Yes, it's true that she was my head majorette for 3 years when I was at Fremont Frost with her, but there was so much more to Melissa. Believe it or not, I too became pregnant right after she graduated, and I was hit with one of the biggest questions that some of you females are going to be hit with someday. Geez, you gotta pick a name out for your child. And I wasn't one of these people that read 3 million books on pregnancy, but my full name is Ramona. And I was the kid in class that every time the teacher called the roll call, she said Cindy, Susie, Jackie, and then it was Ramona. And everybody went, because they wanted to see what a Ramona looked like. So I took a little more time picking out a name because I wanted my child to have that little slide in with the Jackie or Susie or whatever. So then I have, my last name is McGee. And I kind of thought, wouldn't it be cute if it went together? What M names do I know? And then I said, wait a minute. Who do I know that I admire more than life itself? Who do I know that was 25 before she was 16? Melissa Smith. She was one of the best female leaders I've ever witnessed. So that's how my child's name came to be. So my daughter, Melissa McGee, was named after Melissa Smith, now Belcher. That's the first part of the story. The second part of the story is I'm at Central Catholic, and our athletic director of many years called me in one day and said, hey, I understand you know somebody that we're very interested in hiring at Central Catholic. Who? Melissa Belcher. Know her. She's my inspiration. She's one of the finest people I've ever met. Yes, no, yes, not a problem. They said, well, can you talk to her about possibly being our volleyball coach? I get her on the phone finally because she's very difficult to reach. Just FYI. Only negative I can say. So I finally get her to answer my phone call. And I make it very simple because we're both very busy people. And I said, Melissa, would you like to win the city and the state in volleyball? Yeah, why? I said, because they want you to coach at Central Catholic and you're more inspirational than I am, and they would go through a wall for me. So I know they're going to do that times 10 for you. And ladies and gentlemen, please understand that there are miracles. Because what I didn't tell her, you can't tell them everything. They won't take the job. We didn't have a lot of talent when she walked in. Because we graduated one of the greatest volleyball players that ever played in Northwest Ohio and stayed in the nation, Ellen Herman. So we had what was left after our little Ellen went on to bigger and better things. And this lady standing before you, it doesn't matter what you give her, God gave her the gift to be excellent. And so yes, we won the city and we won the state and we win every year, and tonight we have a game against Notre Dame. And yes, they asked me to go in the locker room and I took a little Melissa Belcher, which she can be really mean. So don't look at her and think she can't be mean. And I had to be mean to little girl, as if she was standing there in front of them, because let me tell you about something that's going to happen to you today if you've had her for class or if you're in this building. If you're around Melissa Belcher, you're going to have her the rest of your life. It's just the way it is. You need to take note of everything she tells you, and every chance you need to be around her. You need to understand, Northview students, you've done a phenomenal job of being a mentor to her, of being an inspiration to her. So every day she's able to come to school, it's because of all the people here. So you are an amazing group of young people, and she's going to do a great job of delivering a message from the heart. And I know what a phenomenal audience you're going to be.
I would like to welcome you all here today, especially those of you who are part of the Northview High School Leadership Academy. I am happy and honored to be with you today to speak to you about focus and determination and how both of these characteristics have been a central part of my life. When I was in high school, I struggled with trying to decide how God wanted me to use the talents He gave me. I wondered, do I focus on my social life? Do I only work on my leadership skills through student government? Or is it athletics where I am supposed to focus my attention? I was fortunate to have an unbelievable family that set the tone for me and helped me through this struggle. My family gave me the message that whatever I decided to do it with all of my heart and all of my mind, and that they would be behind me and for me no matter what. This support from my family and my own common sense to surround myself with adults that had a passion for excellence was really what provided a foundation for my success in high school. Personally, I dedicated myself to taking the best academic schedule possible and worked hard to maintain academic excellence first. I also dedicated myself to playing volleyball and basketball, running track, being head majorette, and playing in the orchestra and band for Fremont High School. What I learned through my experiences with these activities and the people who directed them was excellence as an attitude. We make a choice daily to elevate our level of intensity to excellence or to be satisfied with average. I left high school and headed to college with the idea that I wanted to be able to pass on to others my tenacity to achieve excellence. As soon as I graduated from the University of Toledo and became a volleyball coach, I was determined to use the gifts that God gave me and my own life experiences to share with my players my belief that they were not created to be average in anything that they wished to be outstanding in. One key to achieving excellence that I stressed to them over and over was doing more than is expected on a daily basis and not worrying about getting the credit. Using this recipe for success, I was able to instill in the players on each of my teams this attitude of excellence. They bought into this concept, and because they did, they were able to reap the reward of success as a team and as individuals. I keep dear to my heart some of the feedback that a parent of one of my players shared with me. This parent said, "You took my child who considered her talent average to below average and instilled a sense of confidence that will be hers for the rest of her life. If you take nothing else from my message today, please hear this. You were created to be excellent, not average. The minute you believe that statement and create actions that support it, you will achieve success. Not just success in one area of your life, but in any area in which you want to be successful. Remember, it takes doing more than is expected of you and not patting if you get credit for it. Excellence is a way of life. The more you experience it, the more you may not live without it." As a classroom teacher, I feel blessed to work in the area of math. I have heard many times that females have a difficult time competing in the fields of math and science. I have always wanted to be a person that helped individuals achieve in an area that can be difficult for many. I was told once when I ran into difficulty in a college calculus class, "Stay the course. You need to be in the classroom helping young people pursue their trials and tribulations in math. Your ability to connect with people will make you an excellent math teacher." I am so glad that I did not give up when I met a little adversity. Rather, I found a way to turn a bad situation into a success story. If I would have let that setback in calculus divert my focus from a career in math education, I would not have been able to touch the many lives that I had in my classroom. I am confident that each of you is facing some obstacles right now. I want you to remember what it takes to remove those obstacles. Do more than what is expected of you and do not worry about getting credit for it. I have had many struggles in my personal life as well. I consider myself a very confident and independent woman, and because of this I found it difficult to find someone to settle down with and marry. I waited many years before I got married, but I always knew in my heart that I wanted to be a mother someday. My parents were the best parents anyone could ever ask for, and I wanted to be the next generation of parents like them. I have been blessed with two beautiful boys, Grant 8 and Aiden 2. Because of the effects of ALS, I am not able to hold my toddler, and Grant finds it difficult to see his mother in the condition I am in today. But I am asking God daily for the focus and determination to be excellent in the most challenging part of my life. What I want to share with you now is how I get through these challenges on a daily basis. At Central Catholic High School, I had the fortune of coaching a team that won the Division II State Volleyball Championship. I have also been part of the lives of many individuals that were able to live out their dream of playing volleyball at the collegiate level. While these are wonderful accomplishments, what I cherish most about my Central Catholic affiliation is the parents and players that have become a part of my family. Many players keep in contact with me and share what is going on in their lives. Former players have come back to join the coaching staff, and to this day the players from the state championship team and their parents get together at Christmas time. I truly believe that being a role model and mentor to these young women is what God gifted me with, and that is what He intended for me to do with those gifts. Making the decision to discontinue coaching this year was one of the toughest decisions I have had to make. I am comforted when I am told, Melissa, you may not be coaching these kids on a daily basis, but they have Melissa in their hearts and in their heads, so you are with them in spirit on a daily basis. It is the knowledge that I have helped build relationships that will be long-lasting, and I have been able to share God's gifts to me with these young ladies that keeps me fighting through my most difficult times. As for my Northview family, the outpouring of love, care, and understanding on a daily basis is beyond comprehension. The letters, notes, smiles, and actions are the things that get me through another day. There is a saying that goes like this: do not ask God for an easy life, ask God for the strength to get through this life. I can say honestly that I am not pleased with my health situation, but I thank God every day for every one of you, the Northview community, my Central Catholic family, my beautiful children, and most of all, my family. I want you to reflect on your life today. Who are the individuals in your life that make your path easier? These are the blessings in life. I am thankful for the blessings in my life. Every day I have to make a decision. Do I focus on the negative of my current situation, or do I focus on the blessings that I have in my life? I am often asked the question, why are you still working? Why don't you stay home with Aaron and spend time with him? Some of you might have even wondered that yourselves. My answer to that is twofold. First and foremost, I want to fulfill what I believe is my purpose as long as I can. I believe I was supposed to not only make the girls that came into the Central Catholic volleyball program better players, but more importantly, it was my job to help them find the confidence, courage, and determination it takes to be a strong, independent woman. I also believe it is my responsibility to help every student in my classroom to achieve success in a subject that might be difficult for them. And second, realistically, I cannot physically do the things for Aiden that I would like to and need to do for him full time. What I can do, though, is continue to live my life and hold myself to the same ideals of excellence that I always had, so that I can leave the legacy I believe I was meant to leave. Even though this disease has taken away a lot of my independence, my hope is that my children will see by my example of focus and determination what it takes to achieve success in every aspect of life. I will leave you with this message. Each of you was born for greatness. The minute you let an obstacle, an individual, or a setback in life stop you from your pathway to excellence, you have given up on the greatest gift of all, becoming the best you possible. I will not stand here today and tell you I am okay with my health, but I will tell you I am blessed, and I am very happy to be with the next generation of individuals that are destined to be great. It does not matter what area you are great in, but what matters is our world needs greatness and our world needs you. I hope that I have been able to share with you today the most important message that was given to me at your age. Remember, do more than what is expected of you, and do not worry about who gets the credit. Thank you. you for your time and attentiveness. Do you have any questions or comments for me at this time? I would like to leave you with some gifts that will remind you of some of the important points in my message today. The first item, you will receive a copy of my speech in its entirety. The next item is a sheet full of inspirational quotes that I would like you to place in your leadership binders to inspire you to achieve that level of greatness and not settle for mediocrity.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to kind of, again, are there any questions that you have about leadership, excellence, Melissa, anything that's on your mind? It's not a matter of a specific question. Does anybody have anything that we can address with you? I mean, the concept that she's telling you that do more than is expected, is that not the truth? Don't we sometimes get in the mode of, just kind of going through a routine? And, as a person that's been in her life since she was you, remember, like, when I tried to tell you at the very beginning, she was your age when we first started to work together. And not once, ladies and gentlemen, did I look at her and say, well, she's only in high school, so I can only give her what high school kids can handle. And I think that's the question today. What can you handle? What are you doing in your leadership areas? And I have to tell you, just as a side comment, that I'm really old. Okay, just an FYI. This is my 35th year in education, so I don't want you to think that Melissa Belcher and I are the same age. She's always been more beautiful, more talented, much smarter, but I'm old, and that's what I can bring to the table. So when she told me she had the opportunity to convey a little bit about her life, I really, really want you to look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to understand that she wasn't 21 when she started to change lives. She literally ran my entire majorette line. The rule of thumb used to go like this. Do you want Melissa, who is fabulous and positive and energetic, or do you want the Mrs. Thingy? They always wanted her. It worked for me. I very rarely had to do anything because she did it all. So any questions about when you get called to lead, or how you're leading now and how you can be better leader, anything like that we can help you with today? Because I think it's fabulous. Literally, FYI side comment, I think we have a real shortage of leaders. I think we have too many people that are afraid to step out and be what God calls them to be, and age does not matter. All right, do we have any general questions that we can entertain for you today?
You will also be receiving a good flag. I encourage you to read the significance of each item. The recipe for success card can be placed in the outside cover of your leadership binder.
That was in case you didn't hear. Yeah. Maybe a point there. You have to hear it 5 times.
I would like to thank Mistress Lovery and Mr. Cage for giving me the opportunity to share my life experiences with you. Hopefully I have inspired you to incorporate key characteristics like focus and determination into your lives to achieve great success.
Okay. I wanted to say too that I'm really thankful for is that we have somebody here that is, I think, incredibly brave and courageous to stand up here. And I wanted to thank her by giving her